chilly. I don't know if I wore nearly enough clothes for 32 degrees. But the lake is thawed. There are unfortunately no clouds at all. But the moon is beautiful. Nobody's here. So we'll get some nice blue hour photos and go from there. Can't tell. Is that a fish? A fish. Okay. Hopefully, third time's the charm. Had to make sure everything was in focus. Had to wait for a car to leave because I don't know how loud that would be. Alright, so hopefully I can make this pretty quick. But I just wanted to do an update video. So the first video was the first one I've ever made that kind of gave a background about my non-24, how it developed, my lifestyle, and all that stuff. So I thought I'd give a little update. So I also talked about my diagnosis, and that the doctor that I'm seeing gave me homework that I'm supposed to do. And all I can say is nothing's going well. I have started tracking my sleep. I have a sleep diary that I'm keeping, and I've also made a sleep chart on Excel where I just color in when I've slept, when I've taken medicine, like my sleep medicine to go to bed, Lunesta, and melatonin, stuff like that. And I was trying to be good about also documenting when I have caffeine, when I exercise, or when I have any alcohol, but that's honestly just kind of fallen off. But I am being good about writing down when I took my medicine and when I'm sleeping. And what's fascinating about keeping this sleep diary is I've noticed that even though I've been trying my hardest to keep to certain wake and, well, not wake times, to be honest, but to go to bed by a certain time. And even though I feel like I'm trying very hard to do that, I'm looking at my sleep diary, and just so slightly, it gets a little bit further and further back. And it just goes to show that you can't fight non-24. I had this feeling when my doctor told me that I need to keep to a sleep time and a wake time. And, the frustrating thing about that is I've tried that before. And I already know it doesn't work. I did get the light box. I almost forgot to say that. Wow, it's been... I probably should have done one of these videos before this one to give an update. So I did get a light box, and I did try that, and the very first time that I used it, I was surprised that I didn't get a migraine, because I was really worried about that, because it is insanely bright. And it did feel like it helped to wake me up in the morning. And the first morning that I did that was the first day of my job that I mentioned in the last video. And I mentioned that I was worried about it. Well, there's an update for that too. I don't work there. It wasn't going to work out not only with my sleep disorder with the non-24, but the pay wasn't what I thought, the job wasn't what I thought, and I needed to get out of there. So the thing that I didn't realize, that they didn't tell me, was that I was going to be there almost 12 hours that day. And that's something that my doctor and I hadn't considered, even when she prescribed me this, you need to get up at such and such time. It'll be great that you're outside, exposed to the sun. But then she said, by 7:30 p.m. I need to be away from light. Well, I was still out. I was still at work. So that wasn't possible. And I could tell that that's how the rest of the summer was going to go. So that was already a problem. And by the time I got home, I was like falling asleep and doing these little micro sleeps when you're so tired and like you're just sitting in a chair and you fall asleep and you catch yourself because you're falling. It's a really crappy way to be really tired, honestly. Because when I did the video that I made before,
I was fixing my sleep. And I think that was like the day before or something, this new job. Because I was able to wake up super early that day. And I had to be there early, but I woke up like really early because I went to bed really early. And so I had plenty of time to do the light box, had plenty of time to like eat breakfast and make sure I had all my stuff ready and I was feeling good. And by the time I got to work, you know, I was like alert, which was nice for early in the morning. It's a lot for me to be alert. The day after that, my sleep was already getting messed up because I wasn't going to wake up that early again. And I was exhausted, so my body felt like it was catching up on sleep anyway, and so I was sleeping a lot. I don't remember how long I slept for, probably 12 hours or more, something like that. I will say, I believe this is the first time since I made that video where I was switching my time that I was able to make that stint of being awake at normal times last for as long as, however long it's been since I made that video. Almost a month, maybe. So that's really good, but it is difficult, especially with my other job. I'm still missing messages and phone calls sometimes. Personal life has been a little bit of a struggle. I feel like I have certain things that I need to do and I keep putting them off. And you know how that is when you have stuff you need to do and you just can't bring yourself to do it, but it keeps making your anxiety like worse and worse and worse. So I still want to keep doing updates, and then kind of story times, talk about kind of anything. I wrote down a list of ideas. Like one of the things I wanted to talk about was like there's a lot of negative aspects of 924, but there are some positive things for me, because by being a non-24 person, you're a night owl and a morning bird, if you think about it. Like, normally I wouldn't be here at this time. It's 6:45 in the morning. And I was here, you know, at 5:15 up here. And that wouldn't be possible for me if I wasn't non-24. So it is nice to see the mornings and have the quiet and wake up with nature and the birds and the duck. I've been waking up at different times. Oh, I know. The thing that I noticed with keeping the sleep chart is my body knows that it wants to continue to have a longer day. I haven't calculated how long my day is yet. I need to do that probably, but I don't free run enough to calculate that. And I think that's what you have to do to calculate how long your day is. I'm not quite sure, really. I haven't thought about it before. But the interesting thing is, for a little bit, I would go to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then, because I didn't let myself sleep for a very long time, I was able to go to bed earlier, like an hour to 2 hours earlier than that night. But then the next night, it was like I was still back on track to continue to progress later and later and later. So that was really interesting to see, and I've probably done that a lot and just haven't realized that because I've never kept a sleep diary before. So I guess my biggest takeaway that I would say to anybody who's questioning if they have non-24 or irregular sleep disorder or any kind of sleep disorder, keep a sleep diary. And you'll learn a lot about yourself when you keep a sleep diary. I know I have. I've learned so much from the sleep diary. So that's my update for now. Alright, guys, so whether it's noon or midnight, whether you're just waking up or you're about to go to sleep, good morning and good night.